You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Plan of Prosper podcast. I'm Sharon Campbell, your host for today. And I want to thank you so very much for joining us this Tuesday as we move and thrive through quarter four. So very important. And most important, it is what is it that you're going to do? What is it you're going to do these next 3 months in quarter four in your business or your nonprofit so that you can grow and thrive? And we are here in the Plan to Prosper show in order to help you. Our podcast is about helping entrepreneurs, business owners, 9-to-5, hobbyists, nonprofit, hustlers, and just anyone that have an idea that they think they want to go in business in 2025, and they try to figure out what is the best way and approach. We are a teaching podcast. We truly believe in educating people on everyday issues that will arrive in your business or your nonprofit, because nonprofits is a business. It's in the business of making a profit so it can serve the community. And so during this quarter four, we're going to be talking about issues and solutions. And sometimes people frame them as bad habits and good habits. We believe in turning words into more positive spin. So we talk about what is the issue, then what is the solution? And then what is the sacrifice, which we're going to cover today, on what are you going to do to reduce so many issues so you can have better solutions to growing your company. And when we think about what quarter four is about and how we're going to walk into quarter one, which is 2025, is the preparation of implementation. You can have a lot of theory, but if you don't have that hands-on implementation, you will have a lot of theory, and that is all, because you need to have implementation, planning, preparation to grow a company. So that's what we're about, helping you do that. We are in 200 countries. We are on so many different platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and some other platforms. And so during the presentation, you're going to see all the platforms. We ask you to follow us, like our page, or just, tell a friend. We work on self-development too. Tell someone so we can spread the word about how we can use this platform to help grow you, help you reach the income that you desire. And so today, again, it's about sacrifice. And Mark, we ready? Let's get started with the presentation so we can bring the PowerPoint presentation up today. Okay, this again, it's about sacrifice. What are you going to do in order to make this sacrifice so you can grow and thrive in this environment? And so when I'm thinking about sacrifice, I think about what is it that I want to do for 2024 ending and 2025. And the power of planning your day for success of business is about what type of sacrifice you're going to make. And success just doesn't happen. It is planned. You must master each one of your days. You must master your business. You must master and map out what are you going to do every hour and make sure those tasks is meaningful because you're building your legacy business. And by doing that, you'll grow and you'll thrive. So just jump right on. The 4 levels of sacrifice in starting a business, and if you're already in, growing that business. And it's so important that you understand that you're going to have to give up some stuff, and are you willing to do that? And we have 4 different levels that you will go through as you grow your company. And how do you navigate through that journey as you are building and growing your business? You know, who are you going to have with you? You know, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's people you're doing business with, who's that group of people that can grow with you as you go along with that? Okay, let's do it. Introduction to sacrifice in business. Words have so many different meanings, and sacrifice can mean many things to many people. But in the broad perspective, sacrifice is about giving up something valuable for the sake of achieving a purpose. That may be giving up your time, not going out with your friends, spending some nights up, more research. But importance of business, every successful business requires sacrifice to grow and thrive. And some people say, well, I know that. Great. Then you won't, you'll be ready to make these sacrifices. The level of sacrifice ties to the commitment of how far you're willing to go. Because each one has a different one. You have 4 levels. You got the low sacrifice. So you may say, okay, I could do that. Then you're going to move up to the medium, then the high, then the ultimate one, the one that you all in. You're going to do it. And no matter what else, you're going to make it happen. But each one of them build on the next one. And preparation for these sacrifices is so important, especially before you open up a business. Another one, before you grow, you don't want to sacrifice and grow so fast that you're not able to produce or deliver your product or services. So we want to make sure we be mindful or growing too fast. That's because you need money. You can grow too fast and you're not able to fulfill. So let's talk about low sacrifice. That is just minimal. You know, you focus on time, something normal. It's like working out. It's like, okay, I may forego a vacation in order to save $500 or $1,500 in order to invest that in my business. Okay. But guess what? You just only saying you're going to do that for one vacation. Okay. That's an example. That's a low sacrifice. Reason why the other 3 vacations you did not forego. You went on those, but one you did not. Extended the work hours include evening and weekends and still maintaining a balanced life. Yes, I come home from my work. If you're working a 9 to 5, for those of us that work 9 to 5, or those that's hustlers, you're like, okay, when I get off from work, I'm going to eat, I'm going to go in my office, and I'm going to work on my business for an hour, 2 hours. Low sacrifice. Okay. What are the benefits? You build disciplines in the early stages, allow you to manage your risk, but still have a personal life. Okay. So a small business on the side to skip a weekend or an outing to focus on just setting up their website. One weekend out of all the other weekends. Very low sacrifice. What is the reward? It depends. If you're trying to say, if I do this, I will increase by another $1,000. Oh, well, okay. That's your sacrifice. You said, I only want to make an additional $1,000 every month. Low sacrifice. Let's talk about medium sacrifice. Now, this one is you're going to do a little bit more. Medium sacrifice, you extend deeper into your personal time and resources. The business starts to become a dominant focus in your life. For those of us that work from 9 to 5, it is sometimes you may find yourself at your job, working on your business during your lunch hour, during your break. For those that's doing it full time, you are finding out that you may have to get up early to get a lot done, especially if you have children at home or a significant other. You're beginning to make these uncomfortable sacrifices to get to where you are. You decide to reduce your social life, decline on a lot of social activity, cutting that back while you're spending more time at business activities. Financial investments. You're dipping into your savings, your personal expense, your little kitty for your trips, or for the luxury things that you want to buy. You're really thinking about, this don't hurt that bad. And I hope it goes quick and I get some additional money in so I can go back to the low sacrifice. But at this one, you think about also, I'm getting ready to move my company to the next level. The growth, the potential. You start connecting with more people. More people want to use your service. More people want to be following your product. So now you start about investing. Maybe a restaurant owner may say, I need to reinvest in order to open up another store. And I'm going to sacrifice a lot to get this second store open up. Or you may say, I'm going to take this money that I have, that I made, and put 90% back into the company, and I'm only going to live off 10%. That's a medium sacrifice. But but you're going to feel a little uncomfortable. But you're always looking at what it's going to end up producing in the long run. You're willing to be a little uncomfortable for the long run. Next, we talk about high sacrifice. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you get to this point, you need to have a group of supportive people behind you. Your life is going to change. Your personal finance is going to have to be sacrificed. Meaning, if you are one that this is your company and this is all you do is work in this, you're going to be putting more money back into the company to grow it. And you're going to be writing yourself a check where you can have to live within your means. Now, if that's a single person, but if you are married and have other responsibility, you have to have a strict budget in your personal life as well as your professional life. You're getting ready to sacrifice a lot of time. You're not going to be able to attend all the family functions as it relates to all the family dinners and meals as it relates to family events. You may have to skip Thanksgiving, Christmas, depending on the nature of your business. You're going to have to have some partners to help you maintain this. And on top of all of that, your financial risk is high. You may even go into debt, which is good debt. And I know that may scare people because you have passed the low level, the medium level, and now you are generating income, high income for your company. Your company is doing very well and it's growing, but you need to hire an addition of people. You need to outsource some things. So you got to take on more responsibility. You may the market may require you to expand faster than what you thought about it. It takes a lot of resilience. You may have to focus on long-term goals. You may have to rethink something. Some people have already taken out second mortgages because they can see the benefit in the long term, and it's built into their business plan. But this high level sacrifice is about being disciplined. You really have to have a discipline level to go through this, because it can be very stressful if you are not willing to be disciplined and sacrifice. Now, does that mean you have to miss all your children's games? No. It may mean you may miss one or two. And also, you have to look at, I may have to have my laptop with me at all times. So any downtime I may be on it. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have a balanced life. You can't have a life. What does it mean is your focus is different. And when your focus is different, you have to do different things. So this high level is where you really, truly want to get to. You don't want to stay at the low level and the medium level, because growth doesn't happen there. Growth happens at the high level, especially whenever you decide that you want to make $100, $200, $300, $400, $500,000 or more, because that's going to require more of you and more people involved to get to that income. You can get there, but understand discipline and sacrifice is going to be a part. At this level, I encourage people to learn how to take care of their self mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And don't forget the financials, because that's very important. You can't go out and buy this car because you just got this brand new contract and it's going well. There may not be the time to do that. You may have to step back and say, what else? Who else can help me during this process? Because you want to maintain a balanced life. You want to make sure you're eating healthy, getting enough rest, because this high level sacrifice can become stressful if you haven't thought about the process before you actually enter this level. Can it be done? Yes. Is the reward great? The reward is superb. The reward for going through this is what you have built your company on and what you have looked for years to come. And now we're to the fourth one, the ultimate level of sacrifice. Well, have I not been through this before? This level of sacrifice, if you put everything on the line, everything, it's almost if you're risking your relationship, your health, and all your personal asset. You have looked through every possible way, but you know by doing this one, it's going to help you reach your ultimate goal. You think about a lot of successful people. they get to this. This is where I call, folks, is the true test. You in it, and you're going to stay in it. You're going to put the time in, and you're going to focus. Now, when I'm saying relationship, I don't mean war in your marriage or your children relationship. I'm talking about outside relationships, not your business relationship. But you can't go everywhere with everybody. You have to start screen line and say, okay, I have to focus on my immediate family in my house. Keep that relationship tight. That significant other. I got to focus on my health. But you have to look outside and say, I may not be able to do all this other stuff because I need to maintain a healthy relationship in my home and build my company at the same time. Your energy level shifts. You'll find yourself staying up late, going to bed thinking about it. You'll find yourself consumed with how to put this all together. The ultimate sacrifice is you are always seeking who else can help me do this so I can be balanced. And you're asking for help because you got everything. You put all your finances, all your savings on the line, your retirement, your business is have to make it because you're building a legacy. And when you're doing this, you have to have a team of people to help you think through it so that you can grow and thrive. Doing this sacrifice, you will be tested. Yes, you will. It's nothing like the lower or the medium, but it's close to the high, but it's one step over. And as long as you're in business, you're going to experience all four if you are moving towards success. It is how you decide to go through each one of them. So that's why it's so very important to plan and implement and grow at the rate that you can manage it. Because when you grow too fast and you're not able to manage it, just because the money is there, you'll be able to lose that money and the other money that you have for yourself, that your own personal money. So I want you to understand, so very important. It's just so very important that during this level, you must be focused. You must be in balance and in tune with what's going on with the markets, what's going on in your personal life as it relates to your immediate family, your health, and your finances. Because you're putting everything on the line to make sure this business work and thrive. When you see successful people do that, they have thought, they have spent time. There's not just a quick decision. They have sat down and have taken time. So that's a difference I tell folks about when you talking about growth and money. You know, you can say this is you can decide to be medium income. Okay, you can have higher income. You can be wealthy. You can be rich, or you can be below income. All of that depends on the sacrifices, believe it or not. What are you willing to sacrifice to move through each level? And if you find yourself at this particular level and you say, well, I'm stuck, then I would say, let's relook at what you're willing to sacrifice to get unstuck. But you're not going to put everything on the line unless you have a backup plan and you're ready to do the work. But ultimate sacrifice generates the income and the revenue and the partnerships that you are looking for. And during that time, you will discover things about yourself that will help you through your company and lead you into other opportunities in the industry. So, building up on each level It's a commitment as the key driver. The deeper you commit and your commitment, the more you're willing to sacrifice at each level. That's going to generate your income. Because if you only, and think about this, if you're only making 100 candles, and that's at the low income, now you know you got to give up something in order to make two. So that made 200 candles. So that means you got to sacrifice some things, and that's the medium income. With money coming in, and we're getting more and more orders coming in. Now, the question is, do you want to stay at only making 200 candles and keep that amount of profit only? Because once you start adding 300, 400, it's more responsibilities. That's more sacrifice. So you're going to be moving into the third level, which is high level sacrifice. That you're going to be taking your credit card, order more products, participating that you be able to sell them and recoup it back at a certain time left. That may be like, okay, I'm going to max my credit card out, and with the hope and the planning that I have a base that will purchase more. And maybe, just maybe, you may want to stay at that point right there, the high level, until you perfect it and reduce the sacrifices and just scale before you move on to the next level. So starting at the lower level, and you're like, well, I'm only generating $1,000 a month extra income. But now if I go to the medium level, now I'm at 3,000. Yeah. Now, guess what? I'm moving to the next level, and I went from 3, I'm at 7. That's what I'm bringing home. So that's one example. There's many others I can go. You could be at the low level making $10,000 a month, move up to $15,000 a month to high level, which is $20,000 a month. And you may say, I just need to hold it here. Because anything more than that, I need to plan 5, 6, 10 years out. But I need to get this so comfortable that if I can risk something, it won't be the whole company. So that's another example that you can use when you talk about sacrifice and what are you willing to do in Q4 to kick off 2025 so you could be ready. So whether it's a product you're making that you decide you want to increase it, or it's a service and you want to increase amount of money coming in from month to month. What are you going to do in order to do that? And do you have enough people in place to help you? Time in place and help you? Because sometimes it's not about the money. It's about the commitment of the people that you need to help you. So you had a lot to look at when you start talking about sacrifice and what you're willing to do and how to move there. Now, the journey of sacrifice, I tell people, is fun for me because it has me to see how far I'm willing to go, what type of commitment I'm willing, what type of time. And so I make it fun so I can laugh through the pain, because it is pain sometimes. So every business is going to demand some sacrifice, and every level of success on how far you are willing to go to get what you want. How far are you willing to go to get what you deserve? How far are you willing to go to give the sacrifice, the type of resources, the type of success you want? What is your limit? Now, if you want to be in the comfortable place, like, hey, look, I'm right here, that is fine. Because some people don't want to put it on the line, not willing to put it on the line. Where I put it all on the line. Because I said, if I'm in it, I may as well be in it all the way. And so it's a motivation and it's a good feel to say, hey, look, I'm going to try it. Because if it don't work, I can say, oh, well, I gave it my best. But doing it, I had to make sure I give 100% of it. And so going through the low, the medium, the high, the ultimate sacrifice, it's just stepping stones towards how much money that you want to generate. It's the commitment for the purpose will determine your willingness to invest in yourself and your time and your resources. You will have to leave some people behind. And you will have to not be engaged with everyone because they're not going to understand why you will put everything on the line for this. And by doing that, you will succeed. You will succeed because that is what it's about. It's about putting everything on the line and becoming the person and the business that you desire to become. I hope today that there's something that I have said to you about sacrifice and what it looks like and how it can help you make a difference and how you look at your company in 2025 and be able to write down and prepare for that type of sacrifice. Even when you look at these next 3 months and quarter 4, what are you willing to sacrifice in order to get through quarter 4? Given the fact we have a lot of holidays, how are you willing to use some of the time that you have? Are you willing to work extra days? Are you willing to take time off for those that have the 9-to-5 jobs? Are you willing to take some of your vacation time and invest it in growing your company for 2025? Are you willing to show gratitude through the whole process of it? Something I want you to think about that I found is very helpful is to sit down and spend some quiet time with yourself and really think about who you are, what's going on in your life, and how you want to change what's in your life. Whether it's to increase your income, become a better person, become a healthy person, become top in your field. What are you willing to do? What sacrifice are you willing to make now to think through that? And what level of commitment do you have? Because it's about issues and solutions. I go back sometimes. I remind people it's about bad habits and good habits, but we don't use that because you got to make some sacrifice on those issues. And then you have to have some solutions. So you got to reduce as many issues as you have. And last week, if you can go back to our podcast, we gave you some of those issues, which are bad habits that you got to get rid of. We have to be honest, authentic with ourselves because there's no shortage of money in the world. Zero. You have to place yourself in that position to receive it and be ready for it. But you need to help others reach theirs. I believe that if I help other people invest in them by sending them clients, in return, they will invest in me. I just believe that people sometimes do not have all the resources they need to grow their company. And you could be a form or way to help them. And so why not invest and help them? Why not? And so that is what the Plan to Prosper podcast show is about. It's about educating people, helping them reach their fullest potential. And occasionally we will have guests on our show because they bring a different perspective that we want you to know about and how to help you grow. If there's anything that we can do for you at the Plan to Prosper podcast show, I'm Sharon Campbell. You can reach us at our website, which is www.thesharoncampbell.com, because our commitment is to have you be the best you in 2025 and to give you some fundamental information, things that you can do or think about doing in Q4 to make it. And I know sometimes people will say, well, I know this, I heard this, but if you're not actually executed in and you can't see the growth in your company bottom line, then we want you to reach out and ask us to help you and to give you some guidance. But a lot of it's about just commitment and sacrifice. It's about doing the work. I know. It's about just doing the work. And that can be tough. It really can. It can be tough to do the work. It could be tough to not to feel some pain. It could be tough because you get so comfortable saying, well, I did sacrifice, but it was at a low level. It wasn't something grand. It was like, okay, I gave up this and I did this right here, but it wasn't something that caused you some pain, I tell people. Now, because pain and growing a company will make you do right every time. Showing up, being prepared. I think about how before I start my meetings from the work I do, a training for nonprofits, before the training starts, whether it's in person or on Zoom or on some platform, I always have my material ready. I always have my pen and paper. I turn on the computer. I have everything ready anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. Because something can happen during that crucial time that will stop me from getting everything ready. I can get on a phone call and it runs over. And so then I won't have time to find all the things I need. But most importantly, I have to center myself for that client to make sure that I'm bringing the best me to the table. People want you to show up with the best you. And so that requires you to do some things and be ready for the meeting. No matter if I have rehearsed this 100 times about nonprofit management and business development, I'm still presented as if it was my first time. Making sure I cover all the facts, making sure that I give the clients all the information that they need. Those type of sacrifices open up doors of opportunity for you. Sacrifices to how do I be in 2 places at one time? How do I manage that? How do I make sure that I sacrifice paying for my marketing material than to draw a full salary that week? Yes, all of that makes a difference. If you're going to grow your company from startup to idea till you already have the company established and you want to grow it farther, you have to think different. You have to be willing to get away and be still for a while. And you have to look at, is this pushing me? Or I'm just doing the bare necessity? Because I'm telling you, if you just do just the bare minimal, you may get some money, but you probably won't get the type of money that you can get. I know. Being honest, being flexible is going to make a difference in your life. Do the work. Do the work if you have decided how much income you want to make every month. Whether it's your full-time job or it's a part-time on the side because you work somewhere else and you don't want to get up the benefits, you like the security. But know this about that. Those companies can fire you at any time. So if you have something on the side, make sure that it's profitable. So if anything should happen, when layoff, they fire you, anything, you could take that and move up with it and scale it to make up for the income. That's so very important. Thinking different in 2025 is going to yield you so much different income from different resources. Different people will be talking about you in rooms that you are not even in. Planning, education, and learning is going to be your key to open up doors for you and how successful you want to be. Well, I'm going to thank you for joining us today. I hope that I said something to make a difference. We'll be back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to still continue with Q4, working with you to make sure that Q4 ends in a positive and 2025 starts in the positive. And you have as many tools that you need to move forward. Thank you so very much. Have a fantastic night and be safe out there.